What's going on, guys? Welcome to the State of VR. Finally, I am back in the saddle when it comes to putting together these Let's Talk videos for you guys. It's been way too long, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the long-awaited Infinite Office update. Facebook/Oculus has been pretty quiet on this front as far as talking about details or information about when and how this update will exactly work. But recently, Andrew Bosworth, the head of Facebook Reality Labs, answered a question regarding when we should expect the update to be rolled out. I like couch tracking and all, but I am way more hyped for this update for my own personal VR use. Unless it's Lone Echo 2 on Quest. That's gonna be epic. So anyway, I'm going to briefly talk about what we know as far as features supposed to be included in the update, when I think we can expect this to be rolling out to users, and my thoughts on how and if this update can fix a lot of the issues with working in virtual reality right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or don't know what Infinite Office is, I'm going to give you a little background on its very interesting set of productivity features meant to be rolled out as a software update to everybody's Quest. Basically, it's a way for the Quest to take advantage of that multi-window browser interface we already have, with the added capability of using the browser windows in combination with a physical keyboard. A preview of what it would look like was actually shown off at Facebook Connect last year. Originally, they had planned to release this feature towards the end of last year, but was delayed, most likely because of issues with internal development. When their head of Facebook Reality Labs was asked when we should expect the update, he said, quote, "Not as soon as you think," and that they are testing it internally, but it's just not ready yet. There's still kind of a ways to go there, end quote. I'm just hoping that we'll at least get a solid answer by this summer. Next, so what are some features we can expect on this update? Based on everything we know from their preview into how it will work from last year's announcement, it will take advantage of the multi-window feature put out back in March, before the Quest 2 was ever a thing. They improve on the setup by integrating a physical keyboard into the workflow meant to be used in combination with hand tracking. And for a more precise input, Oculus actually recently added support for a direct connection for a Bluetooth mouse. I believe, and what everybody's been saying, is that the keyboard being used in the video is the Logitech K830. The price of the keyboard sits at around $60. Whether this is the specific model that will actually be used is the real question. The next feature I want to talk about is the Passthrough Plus slider. Based on what we've seen, we can assume that it's meant to remove a certain degree of real-world vision, using a precise slider in the settings menu. Another thing I noticed in their preview was this blue hue that looked to appear around the surface on which the keyboard was placed on. So maybe it's a persistently tracked table, kind of similar to the couch tracking we got on one of Quest's recent updates. Very interesting for sure. Alright, now let's get into some specifics on how I think the Infinite Office update will fix a lot of the issues with working in virtual reality right now. So other than physical changes to the headset being smaller and more comfortable for making the working in VR experience just better for longer durations, I see 3 issues where this update can help fix a lot of what's wrong software-wise. Problem 1, not being able to readily message people from inside a VR headset. This has kind of already been added in a recent update where it integrates your Oculus messages with your Facebook Messenger messages. Because there is a physical keyboard integrated in this update, doing more long-form messaging instead of trying to do messaging with just your hands makes communicating with those outside VR that much easier. Problem 2, not being able to see your keyboard or your immediate real-world environment. Sometimes I find myself bumping into things on my desk and also when trying to find my mouse or keyboard. I haven't spilt anything yet like my coffee, so that's a plus, and I guess this will pretty much be a non-issue when the use of Passthrough Plus and the addition of the physically tracked keyboard is enabled. No more trying to look down your nose hole to peek back into the real world. Problem number 3 is the imprecise hand tracking input. If you haven't noticed, slowly Facebook/Oculus has been improving hand tracking ever since they introduced the experimental feature back on the original Quest. It's really evolved from constantly shaking hands to something a little more solid, which has to be a result of constant algorithmic learning and tweaking on their part to get right in time for the update to roll out. I look at hand tracking as just needing to meet a bare minimum for it to actually serve a decent purpose while you work. Everything else can be solved with more precise input using a mouse. I think it's pretty evident from everything they talked about at Facebook Connect that Infinite Office is really just another step towards their ultimate goal in the development and eventual production of AR glasses in their Project Aria. It's no secret, augmented reality for a lot of things is gonna be huge in the future. And you know this tech is gonna be big if companies like Apple and Samsung are willing to throw their hats into the race, which is spatial computing. VR is still such an early technology, and I believe it's only going to become more and more popular when people see what the Quest 2 is capable of at its full potential. And trust me, John Carmack and Boz and everybody else at Facebook Reality Labs are just getting started. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more Let's Talks, VR news, and product reviews. Peace out, VR dudes and dudettes.